Alright, where we're going, we don't need any roads. It doesn't matter, the roads are pretty crap anyway. So get out of Paul's, my buddy, get out of his bump, only 4x4. Well, we're done the job. That's good. Got some free mops too. Yeah. Where's not working here? That's a good man right there. Well, we got it done. That's pre-mops. And there wasn't that much to do because we're at that point where it's like, okay, we need guidance. And we went through the budget, so it's like, okay, well, any further, like it's just sheds now, so, but everything's so frozen that we can't do anything. That's the whole kicker, is it? Something rattling in here. Something in my vehicle is rattling. My vehicle. Something I own is rattling. Can't believe that. Yeah, so still cold out. The ground's frozen solid there. You can see, like, when I was jumping out of his place there. You go into his yard too fast, or you're liable to lose your dentures if you have them. You lose your dentures even if you don't have them. Yeah, it was cold. It was cold this morning. I knew that was going to happen, though. It's like March comes in like a lion, goes out like a lamb. Not this year. I think it's going to be the opposite. And it seems to be doing that, unless we get a warm spell next week, but I don't think we're going to get a warm spell next week. I think what's going to happen is turn the volume down on my heater here. I think we're going to get I bet you early April is just going to be like really crappy weather. It just the way it's going to line up. I just know it. It's going to be really cold and dry, and then just crappy snow and sleet and blech. Just enough to like hold up progress like it did last year. Better start watching the speeds here. That little pink car. Well, look at that, freeloader lumber. That'd fit my car. I am kind of surprised the stuff I can fit in this thing. This has got to be the small, like it's not the smallest car in the world, but it is pretty compact. It is a coupe after all. Why, you could only fit 4 chickens in here. where if you say, yeah, I can do it, and then you don't, you can't deliver, then that messes up your reputation. Right now, I got like an excellent reputation. When people want something done, I'm like usually the first guy they call. Your number one business asset is your reputation. You know what I mean? There's nothing more important than your reputation. For work anyway. Your personal lifestyle don't matter. But like the guys that show up drunk, the guys that are smoking dope on the job, taking cigarette breaks all the time. Yeah, people don't like that. You know what I mean? What they like is the guy that shows up early, works, is never hungover. He says he's going to be there. He's not only there when he says he's going to be there, but he's there early. You know what I mean? People like that. And it pays dividends because you run rickshaw over everybody after a while, because it's just like, and I've heard this. Holy shit, that was a loud turbo. Whoa, I don't know if you guys heard that. That's like always a loud turbo in there. It's loud when you can hear it over my exhaust. But I've had people like say, "Oh no, I get you because you're fair, and if you say you can do something, you can do it. If you can't, you don't bullshit. You like, I can't do it. You know what I mean? And there's people, that they're desperate to get something done. And oh no, but if you really can't do something, if you're really not set up. And like how I find this out is when I recommend other people to I don't know shit back there. It's like there was a new building back there. Anyway, when you recommend, I can't do it, but I can recommend maybe this guy can do it for you. Oh no, I've had him before, and he's tries to screw you. He does, he doesn't do a good job. Doesn't show up on time. Can't rely on him. Right? You'll find that out right away. And that's why I have a hard time recommending people, because there's not like, like I've given numbers of people, like, here, call this guy, and it doesn't work out, and that looks bad on me, right? So I'm better off, even if I know somebody, like I have to make sure that they're going to be reliable enough to do it. Like I have friends that are out of work, and I'm like, I could get them work, like no problem, especially during my busy season. I can throw all kinds of work at them, right? But are they going to show up? And I'd rather the person find somebody else by themselves rather than me recommend a bad client or a bad worker. You know what I mean? Because it's your reputation. Because